Starting as always with a major thank you to the Hoboken Public Library for allowing us to have these wonderful hybrid classes. So welcome to you out there in Zoom and YouTube land, and also those of you here in person at the beautiful Hoboken Library. My name is Liz, and I am thrilled to open up a brand new month with you here. It is May 2025, and May is Asian American and Pacific Islander History Month. And we are going to start this class, as with every class, by focusing on one particular artist in the theme category of the month. It is a woman for this month, and after we look at a slideshow of her work and talk about her work, I have two separate projects for you to do on your own today. So you can go in two very different directions today, actually three. I'm giving you three options to go in on your own today. So the artist for today is a woman named Bernice Bing. She was Chinese American. She was born April 10th, 1936 in San Francisco, California. She was a Chinese American lesbian artist. She was very much involved in the San Francisco Bay Area art scene of the 1960s. She was heavily involved with the Beats, or the Beatnik poets, and Zen Buddhism. And she's most known for her calligraphy-inspired abstract work. All right, let's start looking at that work. Here we go with a slideshow that I have created. And as always, I feel a need to be completely honest with everyone. I am not an art historian. If you want to learn more about Bernice Bing, I invite you to research her on your own. There's quite a bit of information if you Google her name. And if you like her work, please look further into her life and her career. So she was born Bernice Lee Bing. She was given the nickname Bingo as a child. She was born in Chinatown, San Francisco in 1936. Her father was an immigrant from southern China. Her mother was born in the US. Her mother died, unfortunately, when she was only 6 years old of a heart illness. And because of that, Bing's exposure to traditional Chinese heritage was quite limited. She was raised in foster homes, primarily Caucasian foster homes, with her sister, but she also lived in the Ming Kwang home, a girls' custodial home in Oakland's Chinatown. Occasionally, she stayed with her grandmother in Oakland, and she did foster Bing's interest in art. She was apparently a rebellious child, and she didn't do well in school. She did not thrive academically, and because of that, she turned to drawing because, as she herself said, it, quote unquote, kept her connected. I'm not sure what that means, but it gave her satisfaction, is what I'm guessing. So I'm just going to start out by asking you folks today, what do you think? I already heard an audible reaction to her work. Why? That was Robin said, wow.
The shapes, the colors, I'm not even getting into what trying to see everything in it. It just comes at you with and they're so strong on the bottom.
Right, the red.
But there's just something compelling at the middle, and it looks like there is a dog or some animal over there, but it just feels like welcoming.
Huh, nice. Welcoming. Cool.
I saw the crime scene.
Go ahead, Jen. Give us your thoughts. It's help.
I mean, I don't know. I just saw like the beautiful, like the trying to ruin the beauty.
You see, did you say crime scene?
Yeah, like
Okay.
it's almost like the red, the splotches of red, and the beauty. It was just, it looks a little
Interesting.
violent to me.
Okay. Good morning. I see a picnic table. I mean, if I have to see something, the red and white striped thing looks like a tablecloth for a picnic table. But okay, a crime scene. There are things that look a little bit like limbs
Yeah,
of someone's
the outline.
body. Yes, could be. All right. There's a lot of strong visual components in this painting that I'd like to talk about. A lot of diagonal lines, the yellow line in the middle there that leads up to that black diagonal in the upper right-hand corner that has the parallel tan line running next to it alongside that blue rectangle. Very interesting line work in this piece. Then there's a red diagonal in the lower left-hand corner, and then the white diagonal stripes on the bottom as well. So a lot of colors that you would think wouldn't work, and yet they do. The way she starts out with that strong red at the bottom that leads you up to that slash of red at the top. I mean, there's a lot of boldness in this, even though for the most part, this painting has rather subtle, soft colors. That use of red to me is very inspired.
It's always a question whether the person is drawing what they see, the way they see it, or they start with an idea and they go, and then they let go and just, it's not
Right,
anymore about looking, well, it's looking at it, but it's letting go to something rather than, oh, I want to paint
right.
this.
And
You
with
know what I mean?
right, I do know exactly what you mean. And we've all struggled with that here ourselves, I think. And we're going to talk about that throughout this slideshow. So I'm glad you brought that up. What was her motivation? What was her inspiration? She, and I'm going to talk about that throughout the slideshow. She was involved in arts throughout high school. She won several local and regional art contests. And after graduating, she won a scholastic award to the California College of Arts and Crafts. She initially majored in advertising art, but then switched to painting. She met another abstract expressionist painter. His name was George Miyazaki, and the sculptor Manuel Neri. And also, and this was seminal to her work, two other artists, Richard Diebenkorn, who's quite a famous abstract expressionist. I think we spent a session on Diebenkorn at one point in this class, and Saburo Hasegawa, a Japanese-born painter. And he was very important to her work because he introduced her to Zen Buddhism. She, throughout her life, was heavily influenced by the philosophy of Zen Buddhism and other Chinese philosophers. And this helped her to start exploring her own Chinese identity and her own identity as an Asian woman. So after one semester at this School of Art and Craft, she transferred to the California School of Fine Arts, which is now known as the San Francisco Art Institute. She got her Bachelor of Fine Arts in 1959 and her Master of Fine Arts there in 1961. She maintained a studio in North Beach, California, above the old spaghetti factory, which was, and well, now it's a tourist place, but at that time it was a very popular artist hangout. I personally am very drawn to this painting. Again, her use of color is incredibly bold. The red plays a very important role in this piece. The red with the green, those of you who remember color theory and all we've talked about with the color wheel, red and green are primary and secondary complements, and they often do incredible things together, and they certainly do in this painting. A lot of movement in this work. She's very free with her brushstrokes. She likes showing the brushstrokes. She likes that textural effect. She likes the immediacy of laying the paint on the canvas. She doesn't spend a lot of time smoothing out her work. She's very free and loose. In the 50s and 60s, she was deeply involved in the Bay Area art scene, which was very lively and important at that time. And she became friends with another abstract expressionist painter, Joan Brown. And she went with Joan Brown to New York in 1960. Joan Brown was having a solo show at the Stamfley Gallery, and there she met Marcel Duchamp, whom we've talked about before. He was the great surrealist artist. And this, for her, was another extraordinary experience in her life. In 1961, she had her first solo show at the Batman Gallery. It was called Paintings and Drawings by Bernice Bing, and it was the first show that started gaining her positive praise from art critics. She also showed large-scale works, including a painting called Las Meninas, and it was based on a Diego Velázquez Baroque court scene, also entitled Las Meninas. So at that time, she was referring back to art history and paintings by the great masters in her work. That was in the 1960s. In 1963 and 1964, her work was reviewed in the very prominent art magazine Art Forum and got critically positive reviews. She moved to the Napa Valley for a 3-year period, but then returned to Berkeley for a 2-person exhibition at the Berkeley Gallery. This one is not, for me, as powerful as the 2 previous ones. What do you think? Like, don't like?
It's like a word.
It does. This one's much more referential to nature, I think. It doesn't, for me, have the exciting compositional power of the first 2 that we looked at. No comments? I'll move on. Oh, you love it, Jen. Unfortunately, I'm not able to go backwards. Good. Yes. So this one to me looks like she's looking at something, that she's working probably from a still life. And I like that because one of the options you're going to have today is to work from still life and then abstract. And we're going to talk more about that soon, but not right now. In 1967, she took part in the first residential program of the Easlin Institute. Many of you might have heard of the Easlin Institute. It was a retreat in the Big Sur in California where people meditated, debated and talked about philosophy and psychology and symbolism. They read and debated the philosophy of people like Jung, Joseph Campbell, Alan Watts, etc. She read Fritjof Capra's 1975 book, The Tao of Physics. And then in 84 and 85, she traveled to Korea, Japan, and China, where she studied traditional Chinese ink landscape painting at I'm butchering my Chinese, forgive me, the Zhejiang Art Academy in Huangzhou. This influenced her work greatly. And calligraphy started to become very important and inspirational to her work due to those travels, as well as Eastern philosophy from all that she was reading and discussing with folks. You can see the calligraphy inspiration in particular in this piece. The black lines are very reminiscent of Chinese calligraphy. She was also an activist and an art administrator. She was involved in countless community programs, including the National Endowment for the Arts Expansion Program in 1968, Neighborhood Arts Program from 69 to 71, the San Francisco Art Festival at the San Francisco Civic Arts Center in 1970, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She established, I love this one, the Scrounger Center for Reusable Art Parts called SCRAP, which funded 20,000 art sector jobs nationwide. In 1977, she created an art workshop with the Baby Wah Chings, a Chinatown gang, after the Golden Dragon Massacre in San Francisco. So she was trying to help the community in which she lived. Not only did she make beautiful objects, but she was trying to give back and helped. She was also the first executive director of the South of Market Cultural Center, now known as Soma Arts, from 1980 to 1984, expanding the programming during her time there. She was recognized for this community activism by awards in 1983 and 84. And then she visited China again from 84 to 85 and spent 6 weeks studying Chinese calligraphy with Wang Dongling and Chinese landscape painting with Professor Yang at the Zhejiang Art Academy in Hangzhou, China. And she said she was profoundly impacted by the experience, struck by the vastness of the country as well as the architecture, in particular the Imperial Courts and Summer Palace. So definitely this one, you can feel and see the calligraphic inspiration, all of those wonderful lines. The black, I just love the black in this painting. Anyone have anything to add?
The face, I see the arms.
So you're seeing people in this image, Jen.
Yeah. I see a smiley face there. I see a cat face there.
Cool.
I see a lot, and the more I look, the more I see a lot more faces.
All right. Why not? She was drawn to landscape particularly after her last trip to China. She, as it says, she was struck by the vastness of the country. This one definitely looks like mountains. So later in her life, after coming back from her travels, she moved from San Francisco to Philo, which is a tiny town in Mendocino, California, Mendocino County. She was struggling at that point financially and had to work as a waitress and cook in order to support herself. But then she met Moira Roth, a professor of art history at Mills College, and she suggested to Bing that she join the Asian American Women's Artists Association. And this helped her incorporate her Asian identity into her art. And that jump started her career again, and she became well known. And then in her final year, she was selected by the National Women Caucus for the Arts for their Visual Arts Honor Award in 1996. And her final show was at the Rose Museum at Brandeis University in Waltham, Mass. She died in Philo in 1998 from cancer.
And she was born when
I'm sorry,
she was born when
1938 or 6, I said. Let me look at that. He had a nice life. He had a good run. 36. So this is a detail from the first painting we looked at. And I believe it's the final slide in the slide deck. I'm really drawn to the contrast between the deep red and the pastels. Look at even that tiny red line. Very nice.
she seems to get stronger as she painted more.
Yes.
Long.
Yes. So I don't know the chronology of these pieces, unfortunately. As I mentioned, I'm not here to teach you art history. I just want to introduce you to this artist and what they're about to inspire you in your own work. She's just, I think, such a great bridge between East and West. Her exposure to Eastern philosophy combined with her pursuit towards abstraction, I think it's just a wonderful, wonderful combination. She was heavily influenced by Western artists like Willem de Kooning, Franz Klein, Robert Motherwell, philosophers like Camus, Simone de Beauvoir. She loved film. She loved Ingmar Bergman and Federico Fellini, and of course, Zen Buddhism and Suzuki. She was devoted to the practice of Nichiren Buddhism, which was a branch of Buddhism based on the teachings of the 13th century Japanese monk Nichiren. Do you know about him now? Never heard of him. So he was from 1222 to 1282. There is a documentary film about her. So if you want to know more about her, the documentary film was made in 2013. It's called The Worlds of Bernice Bing. It was co-produced by the Asian American Women Artists Association and Queer Women of Color Media Arts Project. There's also a biography that was published in 2016. Oh, she's in the biography called Women of Abstract Expressionism, printed in 2016. In 2023, her work was included in the exhibition Action, Gesture, Paint, Women Artists in Global Abstraction, 1940 to 1970, at the Whitechapel Gallery in London. Oh, not the last slide in the slideshow. So I'm going to whip through the rest. Morning, Daniel. I'm going to whip through the rest of these quickly. Here's a figurative one. These were unusual for her, but she did do this kind of work.
Did she name her abstract pieces?
I don't know. So that's something you could look up. I don't have any title references for her work.
Okay.
But her shows had names. Let me see if I can. I did name one of her shows in the earlier part of the discussion. See if I can find it. I mean, it was called Paintings and Drawings by Bernice Bing, so that doesn't help much. Yeah, that's something if you want to do further work, research, maybe you can help us on that, Margot. All right, any further thoughts or comments on Bernice Bing before I offer you ideas for today's work? Anybody at home? We're good? All right, I'm going to stop the share. So I have created a still life here. It's kind of a wild and crazy still life. I'm regretting that I didn't bring something white to put underneath the objects. I may place some white paper underneath some of the objects so that they're easier to see. But you can work from actual objects to create abstraction. And the way to do that is to reduce the objects that you're looking at into simple shapes and colors. And if Laura's willing, I may do a demonstration to show you how that's done, and then we'll project the camera onto the still life so that folks at home can see it and folks here can see it. If we're able to do that, please, Laura, as well. So you have the option to working from the still life. We've been doing abstraction for a while, so if you don't want to create an abstract still life and you want to practice your skills in drawing realistically, you may recreate the still life realistically. You may abstract it, or you may just do abstraction today. Now, I'm not going to have the capability of putting up a picture by Bernice Bing on the big screen for you to work from because we're going to be projecting the still life. So those of you who like copying from the artist of focus and you have a smartphone, or those of you at home who have digital machines, you can go to your desktop or your smartphone to look for an image of Bernice Bing to work from as your inspiration. So your options today are to create a realistic still life, to create an abstraction from looking at the still life, or to just create an abstract painting. Those of you who are here last class, remember some of the skills I showed you for doing abstraction. All right. Those of you who are here, we have paper, we have acrylic paint, we have oil pastels. I forgot to bring the plastic lids to use as a palette, but you can use paper or paper towels as your palette. There are brushes, pencils, all the tools you need to create are here on the counter at the back. So we'll give everybody a few minutes to set up. Laura, I think I will do a demonstration for folks if it's okay with you. And then we'll put the camera on the still life. Thank you so much, Laura. I did not give Laura any advance notice, so if she can do this for us, thank you so, so much. If not, I'll figure out plan B. And Jen has figured out option 4. She's created her own still life with objects that she has with her. We've done that in the past too. That is loose. The boots. Yes. Some fun in the sun. Oh, good. I'm rhyming. Better. Yeah. Someone I looked at. No, no, I really, I know. No problem if you're taking the top off, just put it back on. Yep, that's perfect. Thank you so much. All right, so I am going to do the demo now. For those of you who want to watch, you can either stand behind the camera or look on the big screen. So I'm looking at this still life, which is a jumble of stuff, and I'm gonna start abstracting. Those of you who are at home, there are some artificial flowers. So I'm gonna look at them first. And I'm just looking at their shape. And lightly with pencil, I'm gonna pencil in what I see. There's a sunflower, obviously it's a circle in the middle. And the petals are long skinny ovals. And that's my starting point for my abstraction. I like the long green leaves, so I'm gonna make them part of my composition as well. Well, just demonstrating to you that you can take an actual thing and abstract from a real shape. Maybe I'll use some of the folds in fabric to abstract from and just suggest where they go. Sunflowers are yellow, so I'm going to have fun with that yellow. Same color. I think that would be kind of boring. See? Want it to be more opaque, more paint. Yellow on color wheel is what, guys? It's opposite of yellow on the color wheel. Blue? Nope. Purple? Yes, purple or violet. Violet with yellow, you're gonna get that earth tone, neutral color. Shapes. I'm not trying to make it look real. I'm just working off the real shapes and the real colors. Opposite red on color. Blue. Green.
I'm a day late in the Dollar Show. Don't feel so bad.
It's all right, you're less experienced. You haven't had as many classes. Yeah. Folks at home, any questions? Folks here, any questions? Good to go? You lay that green near the red, it'll be very interesting in your composition. Size of your shapes, placement of your shapes, colors. Starting with that real object can help you create something abstract and not real. Go for it. All right, Laura, so now if we could project onto the still life. The folks at home, that would be a lot. And we're gonna do your, we're gonna use some of my. Fun, everyone. People here are already right into it. Anybody want me to put any of these objects on white? No, we're good? Okay, good. Thank you, Laura. Really awesome. 3 cheers for Laura, everyone. Hip, hip.
Hooray.
Fun. That's okay. Thank you.
Roll gross.
Yes, perfect. Excellent. Folks at home were good. Few people dropped off, but it's okay. Bernice's work, that's a great way to learn.
Well, that struck me, ignored and like, well, something, why do people ignore her?
I don't think it's herself she's talking about. I think she's talking about the Chinese people in
Amazing.
San Francisco.
Okay.
Yes, but read further.
You know,
Make sure I'm
I
correct.
think. It looks like random.
Ah, that's interesting. And I could be wrong about that, Diane, so.
Yeah, I didn't read it, I just.
Double check.
Yeah, no, I didn't read, I always go research later.
And your drawing, beginning drawing is coming along very nice. And for me, it's good. But double check, you're sitting down, I'm standing there. Or if you're wrong. Beautiful. Don't be large. Challenge. I tried with this one.
Yes.
So I tried to get you to try.
I know.
For change, you might like it. Sometimes art is like jumping off the edge of the cliff. And if you don't like it, you go back. To doing what's comfortable, that's fine. A Lady and a Road Map. That first painting we looked at, that you thought was a crime scene, Jan? Like a lady and a road map.
A lady in a roadmap really could wind up in a crime.
It was right there. It was right there this morning. It was right here. Liz, pardon me.
I didn't look inside.
It was there this morning. No. I got one for you.
What? Well, hold on, wait. Up.
Love you, man.
You can thank Laura. She made me double check. There's also a bag. Is this your bag? It's a nice bag.
It's fine.
Is this your bag, ma'am? A very nice bag here. You're welcome. Yeah, I've never seen this shelf so full before. There's a lot of stuff. So gold minus stuff here today. Okay. I don't know. Some definition.
Yeah.
Some black.
Hmm.
All right.
Really? like. Susan. See, oh, this is really bad. I don't want this to be the same.
These two.
When you have the white, you should leave some white and do a different color. There's a great piece in last week's New Yorker about what the best bagel flavor is.
What's your favorite?
My favorite is sesame, right? But it said the only bagel that's a real bagel is a humanist, one page. Pumpkin.
My favorite.
Not to me. I don't think.
Well, you know, it's not, but you know why I like it? It's not the real bagel if you want bagel, like a bagel. You wanna have like a nice breakfast food? Not, it's a whole grain.
Oh, no,
Pumpernickel.
this author said no.
No?
No. And even plain doesn't even qualify as a real.
Well, Dr. Weil used to tell him, the darker the better, right? Remember Dr. Weil?
No.
You remember Dr. Weil?
No,
Mediterranean
this, first of all,
diet.
this was humorous satirical.
Okay.
And it wasn't about healthy choices.
What it was their favorite, pumpernickel, right? Right.
What is for definitely patients, the other problem. Understanding.
Sorry, everyone, my sneakers are very squeaky today. I hope it's not distracting, folks. We still have quite a bit of time to work. That's the good news. Folks at home seem to be deeply involved.
No, I'm not. I'm,
But it's the contrast of the
yeah, I'm
texture
trying
with
to
the blue
get all the
that's very-
purples with the blues, a little at a time.
It's almost finished.
Yeah, I'm
Remember-
trying to.
Remember, her work is your stepping off place for inspiration. Right. Yours is different from hers. It's all there. It's the color. So how it evolves, but I'm right into that using one of these somewhere else. Oh yeah, this is good. Small, yeah.
I just said something wrong with it. I
Skip it. I want you to forget. Yes. It's very, especially. One more minute. Say solid shape. Might be the chartreuse color or
Yeah.
the yellow, but that would be okay.
Maybe the-
Wait, let's see what they're gonna do. Well, good people at home? %50 off sale at CP Shades. Just right home and shop. That smirk, but she's not coming. You're not her.
No, I know, but I'm trying to,
to.
no, I know, but I'm trying to capture some smirk. Arrogance. I'll bring Brando.
I don't read it. Always wondered. Yeah, yeah. Which is a thing. You'll come up with some- But you just, and what I would recommend, get a piece of paper and flag. Don't experiment on here. Just get a plain piece of paper and play right here. Demo. You can't usually color me. It's hard. What I could do with it. It's only the color. Well, the softer pastel is easier to use. That's not gonna be strange, it's gonna be what we call mixed media. It's part of it. Much easier to use. Where do I tap on the phone to make the image compact? Going to sleep. No, it's that I push the wrong button. 30 minutes. Well, no. You have half an hour, yeah, till cleanup time. We could do another one, Jen. Just a heads up, everyone, the Art and Music Festival is coming soon. It's not this weekend, but the following. Now, are you gonna have a booth? Awesome.
Where is that?
Along Washington Street here in Hoboken. Ivo and I will have a booth.
Depending where you're coming from.
Exactly. Now and his wife will have a booth. Ivo and I will have a booth. My son Jake and his wife will have a booth. So check it out.
So is that the 30th?
Pray that the weather is nice. May 18th.
Oh, yeah.
Last year was good.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, that's, yeah, that's the word. It is. Oriole. It's next weekend. Next weekend.
May 18th is
Maybe.
the Hoboken Art and Music.
Yeah.
It's great fun. It really is. Lots of food, art. Music.
Is there a notice? in,
Not yet. They'll start publicizing soon.
We should have flags on the streets.
Yes, they used to have
Big
a
banners.
big banner, yes.
Here we had a table of students work in front of LTN, where we had the last show. No, 1 year. Marcel Duchamp, surrealist. No, you're thinking of, he's a contemporary artist. Oh, you're thinking of, where's Heather when I need? I'm thinking
Oh,
of,
she didn't come today.
he's talking about it in class, he wasn't. Yes. Yes, no, that's not Duchamp. Duchamp was one of his most controversial. And that's what it was. Europe, well, in America, Europe. In Europe, it's what they rhyme. And I think it's your pick. And the good news is, you have time to do another one. Okay. Good idea. Another good. And get the pieces. Go wild in the ship. Yeah, 10, 15, like 25 minutes, so make another. Very good. Yeah, we have a bit of everything. Right? And so, well, don't need to find I like that you loved it.
Me too.
And I think you have enough black. But Jesse, the artist, I think you have enough black.
Like the,
You have to make the decision, Jesse. Folks at home, we're good? I think so. No news is good news. Margot, you okay? Okay, good. No cats in the house? They're all asleep? Leaving you alone?
Thank God.
Knock on wood?
Knock on wood. God, you're not in the way.
Awesome.
Do an abstract of one of them.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice. A cat abstraction. A catstraction.
Ay,
A cat traction.
cat attraction. Don't get the black on me.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I love that piece.
Oh, yeah, thank you. That's a turn. Yes. I'm just sloppy. Yeah. What was I do? The one. Yeah. Oh,
I don't have anything to wash. And I'm gonna use, I need to use the restroom, so I think I'm just gonna say goodbye. Because by the time I get all the way up, put everything, take everything off, come all the way back down, everybody's gonna be leaving in 2 minutes, so.
Like Dinah Shaw used to say, see you next week, remember?
Yes, I do remember, I used to
With the
watch that
Chev-
with my
with the
grandmother.
Chevrolet. Those were the days.
Well, that's
about two. It's the incredible shrinking play. All right, see everyone next week. It's a that kind of low energy day.
Yeah.
It is, and it's my birthday.
What birthday?
Yeah.
Oh,
happy Every night.
Started your birthday with art.
Yeah. The best way to start it.
How wonderful.
Birthday.
Yes.
Good day.
Enjoy. All right, go forth and enjoy. Eat lots of cake and chocolate.
I made myself a vegan cake yesterday.
Good for you.
because I knew like everybody in my family was good.
Make what you want for your
So I
birthday.
said, I'll take care of it.
Don't shake.
And I'm,
And this is all green.
oh my. Yes.
Ignore all the naysayers. Oh, so I guess we're not gonna share. It's okay. Let me see.
Beautiful.
Oh my goodness, it
Yeah.
is so lovely.
Isn't it great?
It is beautiful.
This is kind of, I went through the Zen Buddhism symbol.
Uh-huh.
And this is the, I guess, a tree, is one of the symbols when I looked up Zen Buddhism, because that's what she was in studying.
Right.
And I just kind of went with the colors.
Colors
Little black
are
ones.
yes.
It does. The background, the light.
Yes, and just a little bit of black outline leads the eye upwards, and it gives it a very inspirational flow.
Oh, yeah.
I like it very much.
So I guess I'm feeling good on my birthday.
You are absolutely right. It's right.
Not bad, old lady.
Yes.
Bravo.
Tree of wisdom, yeah. Okay. Yes, now I have to go.
You could take another piece of paper to lay on top. It will smear less.
Okay.
Another piece of white.
Thanks, Liz.
Just one like this,
Good.
around the day.
But very carefully. Wow, birthday, birthday girl.
That was nice work.
What are my relationships? My birthday. I feel like yours was the day before.
This is my friend now.
And
Now
I
this is
you know
Rob.
what? I didn't want to go out.
Nice to meet you.
I moved in by you to come to class.
No,
and then-
that's even better. I really can't go out before I had to dinner, so it's fun.
And
Usually you're lucky, because usually on that.
Really?
Yes, usually lucky.
So.
Will you have a booth?
On the table,
Right.
yeah.
I'm looking at it.
And
On Saturday, it's like we're having we also have different.
Right.
Maybe there's something more successful. So
I went out here.
I can miss everyone for whatever reason. Getting home with you down.
I went to some over the
Delighted.
I'm delighted.
Yeah.
That's how I, but you can't get the white.
Beautiful drawing. He's gonna put it down, but it's a beautiful drawing. We still have about 10 minutes till cleanup. We have some folks leaving early, but that doesn't mean you have to. I don't think we'll share today because we don't have much of an audience. I'm sorry. We'll see what it's like at the end.
Actually, it did say that she was ignored. I read a little bit of it. It said
She
was-
herself was ignored. Oh, thank you for correcting me. Thank you so much. Love you. I'm impressed.
About veterans now, so I'll be there like at 3 o'clock to help out and. I'm also
Bravo to
taking
you.
a course of, music of the Holocaust. I go also, yeah, I'm trying to keep myself abreast of music and art.
It's wonderful, Diane.
Every day is a gift.
This is the North Bergen Library?
North Bergen Library.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I take the bus, I pack a lunch, I hang out in the car.
And you have an artistic day.
Yes, every day is an artistic day.
So I dug out my tools that I used to play.
Yeah, those are great.
Are they still usable?
I don't know. You have to test them.
Do they still have ink for this?
Yeah.
Do they still
Oh,
ink?
yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, are you asking me if
Yeah,
they
yeah,
still
yeah.
sell those in the
ink?
cartridges?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the pens are still around?
Yep.
Really? Pretty good.
I believe so.
Alright.
You can go online to Dick Blick
Uh-huh.
and check it out.
Alright.
I'm pretty sure they do.
One of my favorites.
You gotta ask Jake. Jake used to use those too.
Okay.
But I'm only 56 years old, so I want mine.
I like the idea of a cake.
Yes, I made it myself yesterday. Because otherwise.
Okay, Liz.
I'm so glad you came now. I hope you can make it next week too.
Yeah, see you next week.
And then I have the class at the multi-centers from 1:30 to 3:30 on
Okay.
Tuesday.
On Tuesday, okay. Yeah.
It's a whole different feel to that class. That class is actually, I have more people in that class. And it's a larger room, so people spread out and.
Actually, what I do now is I bring the stuff home, prepare it. Then I bring it, then I have a chance to come out here.
There you go. And you can work on it more at home and
Right.
change it and bring it back next week.
I know the
Look
one.
at it.
Yeah.
We'll have all different directions.
All right, see you later.
And say hi to your wife. When's the wedding? Is the wedding soon? Your daughter's wedding is soon. Your daughter's wedding.
Oh, no. She's going to France.
This is one of my favorite kids I ever got. What is this?
Running around.
What is this? It's so beautiful.
That's the look of the valley.
Thank you so much. This is like my favorite birthday gift. Thank you.
Just in case I didn't-
And everybody's company, thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Oh my God, I love this. Thank you.
I mean, just a wonderful feeling.
Somebody said, yeah, I just want to watch my hand. Me too. Somebody said, I know.
I'm a princess, so. Bye, guys.
I'd see you next week.
Bye, enjoy.
You made her day. Thank you.
All right, all right.
I think that bathroom may be locked.
Yeah, then,
It's been locked all morning.
oh. Oh,
Well,
it's
because we
locked.
kept waiting for someone to come out. I don't think so. Ladies, you can go upstairs. It's, not that far. Probably someone forgot.
Oh, no, that one, Bucky? No.
No, that one's locked also. All right, you can start cleaning up in another minute, folks. Start finishing up if you're still working.
Simple, simple.
So that is from Indonesia, the angel. This is a hand carved piece. Nice. That is, oh, yeah. It is. Indonesian dish. It's so beautiful. Elvis stuff, yes. Fortunately, the wings don't fit very well, always on you. So I used to have it hanging. Wings fall out, so I.
One side heavy, that's. One side heavy.
It is. They're incredible. This one is, I'm gone.
Okay, I'm gonna leave too, because I have another.
I know. And you have
Okay,
to
well,
buy-
have a good week.
Ladies, I just suggest you how to carry this home. Hold on.
No, I did this one because it reminded me of Marlon Brando.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the smirk. I looked on my iPhone and I just, the smirk, just reminded me of Marlon Brando. Wow. And every time I come down here, I think, when they filmed here in 1954, how many, when an all-star cast of,
An audience
you
to
know what I mean?
share.
It's just incredible how many people were in that film that were great actors, like that really didn't get the recognition they deserved, like Rod Steiger. Yuri Kazan was, thrown out of the country basically, and you know what I mean? And
Kazan
yeah,
told them
yeah,
his friends.
yeah, I know that, but I'm just saying, he was so great.
He's black.
And BJ Hart, I mean, great actor, also is. And I'm walking in their footsteps when I come down Fifth Street, right? Okay, everybody, have a great week.
It was great seeing you, Diane. See you next
Yeah, I'm
week.
going to a
Yeah.
veterans,
Yeah.
so, and I'm very, actually,
Let us know how it
Channel
goes.
4 News was there yesterday to interview, but I told them to come today.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm interested in going and helping you. Thank you. See you next week.
Yes, Diane, nice work
Yes,
today.
thank
See you
you.
next
Thank
week
you.
and
Very
enjoy
great.
all
Yes.
these creative
Yes,
things you're
thank you.
doing
Yes.
today. Go, go, go.
But I didn't like it. I have to tell you,
Kramer.
I went to see the last Tango movie, and I also went to see Being Maria. Okay, and I rented the book upstairs, that her cousin wrote about her. That was the actress.
Yes, who was in last time.
Right, but what you're talking about, and she basically started the Me Too movement 50 years ago, and like, nobody listened to her. That's why I went to see that.
Yeah, Bertolucci, remember?
Oh, yeah.
The slime.
Oh, yeah.
The slime.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the book. Let me know how that is.
Yeah, they only have one copy here, so.
I don't know, Rima, do you want to show me your piece? Everyone here seems to be leaving early. I'm gonna stop the share. Or remove the spotlight, I guess is what we have to do. Daniel, you could share. I mean, we have Rima at home. We have a few people left here. How do we change the view? Here we go. Thank you, Laura. So it is at home today first. Rima, would you like to share? I don't know if she can hear me. All right, why don't you come up, Dan, and share yours?
All right.
Careful of the wire. And you did a dragon because
I want to.
you wanted to, but it fits with the theme of the Asian American and Pacific Islander History Month, right?
Please don't call it month. I prefer a day.
Is it a Chinese dragon?
Yep.
Looks like
Yes.
very cool. I love the colors.
And the green on the side.
Yeah, and the composition. I
Oh,
like
yes.
how the dragon fills the whole page.
Yeah. You can see it moving with the
Yes.
around. Very good job.
Mhm.
A lot of motion.
Yeah.
All right.
Well done. Anyone else want to share?
Robin can share.
Robin. Awesome.
Where are you? Robin.
We have plenty of time. Thank you, Robin. Mari, you could share. Oh, you rolled it up.
It's not finished.
It's okay. Showing unfinished work is a way to get suggestions and ideas.
No, farther away.
Hold it up. Perfect. Love it. Oh.
Wait a
I
minute.
love the lines that you
Yes.
always have those very strong, powerful lines.
I just think though on the top needs something,
You- Something to unify.
yeah,
So there's a lot going on in this piece. Maybe it is the background that will help you pull the whole thing together.
okay.
Maybe a darker green behind the black sculpture.
Oh, okay, good,
Something solid,
okay,
perhaps.
great.
Really
Thank you.
beautiful color too.
Thank you.
It's most fun.
Don't you want to share yours, Linda?
Sure. What did you do? Did you take the elephant, off the elephant?
It's very nice painting.
Come on.
Yay.
Of course.
We're here with friends.
Hi.
Ooh, wonderful composition. Look at how cool. What does the circle represent something?
Zen Buddhism.
Zen Buddhism, the red circle.
Yes.
So the artist we were looking at yesterday, Han Yu, do you think she was using all those circles in her work?
I believe so. And I
Because of
look
it?
yeah, I look it up. It means nothingness and something. I look it up, but I remember it's nothingness. So it's like nothingness. Like it's
Nice.
yeah,
It's
it's
around the rectangle.
the round circle, the circle in symbol.
Yeah.
So I try to do the elephant.
Very good.
I try to do the calligraphy.
Combined one of her paintings and trying to get the feeling of the mountains.
Yeah,
And you took the elephant from here
a little bit,
and then you put in symbol on, so it's
just a little bit of
It's really nice.
Thank you. An abstract.
It's really nice.
I can always say mine.
Are you gonna share yours? It's very beautiful.
Oh, okay.
Mara, you could unwrap yours well. I haven't gotten hers yet.
This is really good. This is from the clay. With the goldfish. This is. Look at it go.
Is it here? No, it isn't.
Oh,
There it is.
This
Yes,
is the one.
please share.
I.
One.
Whoops.
Yeah, up a little bit high. Yeah, it's really great. And you were looking at Bernice Biggs, the first painting that we looked at.
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Yes.
This is the best one.
Really beautiful colors and shades. Thank you for sharing. All right, let's see if I can get everyone to share hers. Oops. I almost kill myself. On the tablecloth. Rima, can you hear me? She must be so deeply absorbed in her work. Well, Rima, we were hoping you could share. Oh, thanks for a great class, Liz. Do you want to share? I have to drop. Okay. Can you share before you drop off? I guess not. All right. Well, thank you everyone for attending. I will see you all next week. Art on. Oh, she can't turn on the camera. All right. Thank you for sending me a picture of your work. I look forward to seeing it, Rima. And art on. I will see you next week. Have fun during the week. I hope we have a little bit more sun. Well done, everybody. Terrific. See you soon. Bye, guys. Bye, Daniel. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Bye for now.